Good morning. Just having a sleepless night. Brain racing, thinking. At, at some point, I know I'm gonna have to go get some deep, 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 deep therapy because I'm okay. I think what I've done is blocked everything out of my head. You know what I mean? Just kind of just blocked it. Kind of like, okay, I'm done. And trying to move on. I don't think I had a chance to properly grieve. And it's like I know it's in there. It's like a cancer, like a tumor, I would say. And it's in there. And it's like I don't deal with it. I just don't deal with it at all. Good morning, Carlin. I just know at some point I'm gonna have to like get help because I couldn't I had to stand up there and I had to take it like a man. I couldn't grieve because I had to protect my mother and I had to protect my other kids and my nieces and nephews that was suffering. And to a certain extent, try to make sure that that situation was try to make it as easy as possible for Brandon's mom, mom and dad. So then I had to try my best to handle business and treat everything and everybody with care and respect. And then, I be thinking about the service, his standing ovation service. And it was moments, man, where you just wanted to just break down and just die, man. And then you look over there, your granddaughter is right there looking at you the whole time. And then your kids are behind you. And you just felt like, you had to be strong. I had to protect my son because my son has his own issues with depression and had to make sure he was good. And then after that, other people started dying. Mothers started losing daughters, whether it be a car accident. Facebook friends start losing their kids to gun violence. And everybody was reaching out. Yeah, Rick, I'm going through it too. And you was trying to be a voice for everybody that was suffering. So you never really got a chance to grieve, like for real. So I think maybe like a couple of months ago or a month ago, at some point, I just blocked it out of my head. Like I'm okay, but I'm not okay. My friend Johnny told me when little Johnny died, He was okay, same thing. But he said a year later, he cried every single day. And it's a lot of sleepless nights. Then you got to get up and make people laugh on the radio. People think that you're okay. Then trying to comfort my niece. I got a niece named Melva. Her daughter was killed. So she spent half the week in Dallas just to get away, just to break it up. Let's do karaoke. Let's have a good time. And when you get through doing karaoke and radio and comedy shows, and you lay here, and you got to lay here and you got to face all of it. You just got to lay here. You gotta face it. You gotta deal with it. You know, you got all millions of thoughts. And then, man, you got other battles that you got to fight. Trying to do the right thing, and you still fighting stuff, you know, that you shouldn't have to fight. The death itself was an injury, but then there's the insult. It's a lot of insults to the injury. It's insane. That's why I posted that picture about my granddaughter today, because I felt like she saved my life. My granddaughter, Denver. Because the more I looked at her and the more I was around her, the better I was. Because that will make you not want to be on this earth. And if you never thought about suicide a day in your life, that will do it. That will do it. I can't even. Then, and then my Uncle Melvin died. Oh my God. And at that point, I never wanted to call my mother again to tell her that somebody died. I just hate that. That was the worst part of it for me, to hear my mother cry on the phone. So I had to drive to my mother's house, and she was in the front yard. And when I pulled up, she was in the front yard having a good day. They were doing a little yard sale for the church. She was happy. And here I come, got to bring her up on the front porch and sit her down to tell her that her only brother died 4 months after she buried her grandson. Then I had to go to Dallas, get with my cousin to make funeral arrangements, to make sure that my uncle was picked up from Savannah, Georgia, brought to Birmingham to prepare for funeral arrangements. And you got to deal with it. I don't feel like we cursed. Our family is not cursed. Death is just part of the contract of living. We don't know when, we don't know where. Feel like I'm in shock though. Should be sleep. I usually sleep good, but tonight I can't sleep. I gotta get up and go do radio. Just trying to be, I don't know. Damn. It's a lot. I just wish I could motherfucking cry. I feel like my nose stopped up and I just need to blow my nose. Like I got sinus pressure all up here. And I need not a Mucinex. I need to release this sadness and this disappointment and anger. I feel totally violated. And not just that, all of the insults around the situation. Man, I woke up every day knowing that I had 4 kids that was healthy. I never would have thought in a million years something like that I would lose one of my kids. I think once I go and sit down and talk to a therapist, you know, uh, I just need to be in a room like a either check-in or freaking. I ain't gonna say freaking because mental institutions help people. I just feel like I need to go to Hillcrest for about 3 days, just so I could get intense therapy and just cry. I'm talking about with no phones, no. I just need to get. I need to release. It's all built up inside. I couldn't. Shit. The night after my son's funeral, after we put him in the ground, an hour later, I was in the backyard pushing my granddaughter on the swing. Like life moving on just that quick. It was quick. Like left the cemetery, went straight home, and my granddaughter came and was excited to be there. And outside, quiet, pushing her on the swing while she says, "We," knowing that knowing that she had just buried her dad. I was just getting into just the psychological stuff. And then I was getting ready to go to the repast, and she started having separation issues. And I just told one of my friends, just tell everybody when they get through eating, they're welcome to come by the house because I can't leave. Her dad died. I can't leave her. I'm gonna stay here and push her on the swing. I'm gonna let her play until she had a good damn time. And all the other grandkids, and then my grandson Grayson is just Grayson and Brandon went to the same church, which is my old church. He's just so sorry that happened. Brandon played with him every Sunday at church. So, just a lot of stuff I got to sort out. I don't want to start crying and shit. My spirit is just can't sleep. And I've been sleeping good. I've been eating good. I've been okay. But I know that tumor is right there and it needs to come out. Like, I need to go and release, you know. I just need to go get in a room with Ayana Van Zant from Fix My Life and put my face to the earth, beloved. Look at my stupid ass up here cracking jokes. But for real, I need to get in a room with somebody like her, Miss Van Zant, and just get in a room and just cry and break all the way down to nothing. I need to break all the way down to zero, to nothing, so I can start to heal, get myself built back up. I just kept going. My friend Darlene McCoy that sung at Brandon's funeral, she said, nigga, you built for it. Yeah, I'm built for a situation that I got to handle it because I'm a man. That's what my granddaddy did the same thing. My granddaddy went through this with my dad. My granddaddy went through this shit. I watched how my granddaddy handled that shit. My granddaddy took that shit like a G. Damn. Oh, man. I watched my granddaddy go through that, man. That makes me sadder than what I went through. That's what gave me the strength to do that shit, you know. I had to do it. I had to make sure everything was right and put together. I'm not gonna even give myself credit for that. The kids did all of that. The nieces and my daughters, my nieces, they did everything. I really didn't do nothing. One thing that was helping, I stopped. I just stopped fucking talking about it. When I talk about it, the feelings come, but when I don't talk about it, I'm okay. So I just stopped talking about it. God be looking out for me because I was getting ready to cry one day at the gas station. And I saw a midget trying to get in his truck. Was climbing up in his truck, nigga. I was like, I snapped out of it. It's like that ADHD kicked in after that damn midget was, you can't say midget, little person getting up in that damn truck. And I don't know why he was in a truck, a Ford F-150. Who bought it for him? how many pillars he was sitting on, how was he reaching the gas, and how he drive that big ass truck. Nigga, and Nevin, the tears had already started flowing. The tears got right there and went back up and came back out in the laughing so hard to crying. They went back up and reset from sad to tears of I can't take this shit. That's what the hell was that? Sorry about that. Never said nigga stop. Yeah, somebody said talking about it is part of the healing process. Yeah, I feel Angelica, and the thing about it is I haven't even got to it all. That's the thing about it is like I just haven't got to it all. I haven't laid everything out in my mind. What what starting with what happened, starting with what's bothering me, what's hurting me, what make me feel the way I feel, well the loss itself for sure. And then just some of the insult to the injury, man. It's a lot of insult. It's a lot of bad around it. It's a lot of bad. Losing a loved one is one thing, but man, when you sitting up here looking at some of the bad around it, and you don't want to talk about it because it's so explosive. Some of the stuff is just so explosive, and I am devastated. Like, but I just hold it in. It's like that tumor is right there, and I just go on about my life, go on about my day, try to continue to support other parents that have suffered a loss. But at some point, probably after I shoot this Netflix special and get all that stuff out the way, I'm gonna have to release because I did not properly grieve at all. It don't hit me at church. It don't. I hear I hear all of I hear certain songs. They don't do nothing when I used to pick Brandon up and I would always play Lovely Day by Bill Withers. And he loved that song. And it seems like I hear it all the time. You Make Loving Fun by Fleetwood Mac. He loved that song. Ain't none of that shit triggering tears. I just deal with it, keep it moving. I had to talk about it on those shows because you got to save lives. We got to talk about it. So, with that being said, let me get my ass, let me get up, start moving around. I'm sleepy, but I'm woke at the same time. Actually been up about an hour and a half. Yeah, I feel like I'm numb. I just blocked it out. I'm just numb. And then, my uncle is being buried in the same area, but I'm not going because I'm not ready to deal with that. I'm gonna go to my uncle's service to make sure my mother is okay and his daughters. Make sure my family is okay, and that's gonna be pretty much it for me. No, we not. Yeah, I'm just not going back to that um, cemetery. I'm just not ready for it. Don't want to deal with it, cause then I would be forced to face it. So, y'all have a good night. Let me figure out if I'm going to work or not. Figure out, see if Black Tony can fill in for me. Let me call Black Tony, see if he going to work. Yeah, Phil and Natalie, that might be it. It just might be the fact that I've suffered so many losses over the past couple of years. I just didn't. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a fucking nightmare. Like is all this shit. Is all this shit real? Like what happened? What's happening? What's going on? I tell you what, do with all right, y'all. It's strange. What does trigger me is when I hear anything from the 70s, it triggers me because I think I have merged my dad's death with Brandon's death. I have merged what my grandparents went through to what I'm going through. If I hear Marvin Gaye, Trouble Man, or What's Going On, and I think about how shocked my family was when my dad died, that all I think about, instead of thinking about what happened to Brandon, all I think about is my grandparents and what happened to them when they lost their son, and it don't make any sense, and that's a trigger that set me off. That made me cry. I'm sitting up here. I can't really cry about Brandon, but the thought of my grandparents, the memory of my grandparents sitting on that front row crying like they did, absolutely tear me apart to this day. And now knowing exactly how they felt, how they must have felt going through it myself. And the eerie part about all of this shit is Brandon looked exactly like my dad. Everybody that knew my dad, the older ones that's passed away, they have always said, my Uncle Thomas, my Aunt Martha, all of them dead and gone, but it was like, that boy looked just like Floody. Everybody always maintained that was older that knew my dad. thought that Brandon was a splitting image of him. The famous Mary Robinson, she says, it's just my turn. That's it. Man, Phil already knew that nobody else was praying you was, brother. I really appreciate you, man. Y'all some of the best little bros and nephews on this earth, man. I really appreciate it. I'm in good spirits, though. I'm in real good spirits. I just need to. I know it's like I know that I'm sick, and I need to go and deal with what I'm sick from. I just kind of put a Band-Aid on it and keep going, but under the Band-Aid is still an open wound that's infected, and I need to take the Band-Aid off and get in there and get the infection out. It's sore, it's there, and I just slap the Band-Aid on it because I got to protect my mother and my kids, and I slapped the Band-Aid on it so I could just make sure that they were straight. You know what I'm saying? Damn, see how your mind be going? Your mind be in and out, nigga. You be... All right, y'all. Y'all have a great morning. Yeah, Natalie putting a Band-Aid on an open wound. I need some mercurocone in my life. When the last time you heard of that? All right, y'all. Y'all have a great, blessed day. I just wanted to vent a little bit. You ain't got to text me. You ain't got to worry about me. I'm going to get the help that I need. I promise you. I got this. God got me. I promise you that. If you see this video, don't get concerned. Pray for Melva. If you don't worry about me. Pray for Melva Thompson. Pray for Martin Edwards. Pray for Nico Icons on Facebook. Pray for them. I know you praying for me, but pray for them. They just recently, kids was killed. I don't know how Nikon Irons lost her son, but I know Martin Edwards and Melva Thompson, kids was shot down in cold blood. And that's different. Pray for them and other parents like them who kids was murdered. It ain't about me. I'll be okay. And maybe that's why God got me strong. Maybe I'm not numb. Maybe God just got me strong so I can support other people that's suffering and be a voice for people. I don't know, but Life. I'm out here grieving myself and still trying to help other people and taking the time to find them and meet with them. And I put Melva on a plane and flew her to Dallas, and she was in and just tried to show her a good time just to break it up for her. I got other plans for her too, because she has always called me Uncle Rickey her whole life since she was a baby. You know, every time she needed school clothes, school supplies, whatever for them kids, back then I would go to Western Union and get the money, whatever she needed. And just for her, the 19-year-old daughter shot down like that. It's just, you just got to keep going. It's a life. You're part of a club, but you got to help other people that's suffering. You just got to help them. You just got to do what you can, being a public figure, and God provide resources for you. And you got to break some of those resources that God provided for you and pour into other people's lives that's suffering. Because I can randomly just go jump on a plane and say I'm gonna go sit on the beach for the weekend, but everybody can't do that. Some people got to sit in their house. They can't buy a plane ticket and get and go somewhere to another city and sit for a few days to break it up. Some people got to sit in their house every day and watch the walls close in, and they got to face it. I can escape from it. So I'm gonna go to Dallas. I'm gonna go to Florida. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna do this and do that. Everybody can't do that. Some people got to sit down and face that shit. I'm talking about raw. Like, they got to sit down and face it. Like, it's like right there. They got to face it. And can't escape from it. Can't go nowhere. Can't do nothing. Other insults to the injury. Imagine you losing your... I don't have to go to court for Brandon. I don't have to go to court. But there are some people got to go to court and face their child's murderer. They got to sit in a court, look at graphics, look at autopsy pictures, look at the crime scene, look at the back of their child's murderer's head, and when he do turn around with a smirk on his face, it's a lot more insult to the injuries. It's way worse than mine. That is what keep you going. That is what, right when you get caught up in your shit, yeah, I need to get therapy. But right when I get caught up in my shit, I look at some of these other situations. These folks got to go to court. They got crime scene tape. All the parents standing behind the crime scene tape. And they bite their child body over there laying down, covered up, dead. The blood curdling trauma that they have to go through. Shh. It's almost like I hate losing my son, but thank God I didn't lose him like that and have to go through that. Like this real stuff right here I'm talking. Like it's real. As bad as this is, it actually could have been worse. What a world we live in. What a world we live in. Man, God bless everybody, man. God bless y'all family. God bless your life. I hope y'all find peace, love, and happiness today. I love you and thank you for your continuous prayers. And I love every last one of y'all. And it ain't a damn thing you can do about it. I appreciate you. I'm gonna get on my knees and pray. I'm just finna just get on my knees and just pray right now. But my prayers are for the other parents that's out here suffering. All the parents that's also up can't sleep because they got to figure out which casket they're gonna pick, which flower they're gonna pick, what they're gonna put in their child's obituary. It's a lot of that going on right now by the thousands every single night because of gun violence, because of fentanyl, because of some illnesses, kids dying of cancer and leukemia and all this stuff. That's why, yeah, you go through your grieving process and go get the therapy you need. But man, there's other people out here suffering. The situation is way worse. Way worse. So, hey, Phil, y'all make sure y'all pray for these other folks, man. I'm gonna get on my knees and talk to God myself. But man, pray for, and I'm if God can just keep me going like I am, and if I have already grieved, and God just got me standing strong because he need me to be funny on the radio every day to help other people heal. Whatever his plan is for me, it's fine. So be it. I'm okay with it. I don't know where I am mentally. But I'm finna go back to sleep. I don't know if I'm going to work today. I just need to be still for a minute. But you know, man, Phil, just make a video, Phil. Cry out for these people, man. You don't want this in your life. You don't want this. You don't want this right here. You don't want this. You don't want it. And I'm still blessed because my mother is still living. I watched Mary Robinson Walton cry about, I watched Erica Goings, them like at the cemetery with both of her parents. Like, what? I watched Mary go through that and out of town and couldn't get to. I watched, at least I still have my mother and my other kids. This dude, all right, I'm going to shut up after this. This dude, Martin Edwards, just buried his son. Listen to this. Edward Martin, whose son was just murdered. He just buried his son and don't even have a mother to turn to talk to about how he feel about his son. His mother died a year ago. And his son got killed in a shooting massacre. Oh, man. I couldn't imagine I couldn't imagine. Man, my mom's still living, and she is alive, and she's well. And I got a beautiful stepdad. And then he posted a picture of his son and his mother on Facebook. Imagine that. So, I guess the message is, right, when you think you got it bad, somebody got it worse. Yeah, you still got to handle your stuff, but there's other people out here really suffering. So, thank y'all for watching. God bless you. I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. All right? Pray for all these folks, man. Pray for them. There's a lot of folks didn't do nothing wrong to deserve what they going through. It's a lot of folks get up and just go to work every day. They go to church every Sunday. They try to do the right thing. They do community service. They care about other people, and then tragedy came and just wrecked a lot of people's lives. So, keep everybody lifted up in prayer. Love y'all. God bless y'all. And thank y'all for listening, all right? Have a blessed morning.